Welcome new and returning viewers. Today we're going to be working on the front quarter panel of my BMW Z3, and we are going to match the back rear quarter panel, which was in episode 1. And so I started by covering the front wheel with cardboard, and I have it sticking past 4 inches, same as I did in the rear. And I've stuck cardboard in all the little crevices that I can, to make sure the foam doesn't seep into those crevices and I don't have to cut them apart later. So sit back and enjoy the show. Alright, so here's how the top layer turned out. I'm going to wait on the bottom layer. I'm just going to get this done, and then I'll remove the cardboard and I'll get the bottom. But here's how it looks. So now I'm going to start spraying, and I'm going to try to avoid this area here just because it's kind of hard to get my hands in there. Alright, so here's how the first 4 cans went. I'm going to cut it off right below all this foam so I can use the cardboard later. So that is the top layer. That's going to be super bulky, and then down here it's going to taper out, and it's basically going to be flush with the stock side skirt here. So now I'm going to make this bottom portion here, and I'm going to basically flush it up here, and then it's going to taper out into the bottom here. And here's how the bottom turned out. Not bad. I might have a little problem down in there. There's a little hole, and I just hope the foam doesn't flow out. But I'm gonna put it back on time lapse, and I'm gonna fill this cavity. So here's how both of them turned out. This one I didn't completely fill, and I didn't fill it solid because it's super hard to get in there. But and it is dripping out a little bit right there. I'm not too worried about that because I got the majority of it stuck in there still. But I'm gonna let this sit for a couple hours, and then I'll come back, and then we'll probably start sanding this one back here and getting it to a shape that I like. All right, see you in a couple hours. All right, so it's been a couple days, but car turned out pretty good. This spot down here got a little bubbly, but you know, it's a smaller spot. I used more expanding foam than I did back there, but so far, turned out pretty good. I'm going to wait to do the other side because I'm going to try and make some cardboard templates of these ones and transfer it over once I get these ones cut down to the shape that I like so I don't use as much foam. So here's how the two turned out without the cardboard. This stuff right here, it's actually just like a super thin layer that I can't get off because it adhered to the spray foam, but now it's time to start cutting stuff down. Alright, so I'm going to be using a sheetrock knife, and honestly, it works pretty good. I've done it before, but we're just going to be taking the top layer off so we don't have to sand off as much. It's a lot faster, I won't say cleaner, but yeah, so it's going to be our tool for today. So here's how it's looking. Not too bad, not too bad. This needs to be sanded down a whole lot more. And then this needs to be smoothed out so it's flush with this crease here up until about right here. And then this part gets chopped off. So it's a perfect line all the way through. And then after I'm done with this, I'm going to be making my point here. So it's going to come down. And it's basically going to wrap this whole thing down into a point, and it's going to come up basically right in here. But now we're going to start on the back. And here's the rough cuts. And tomorrow we're going to be sanding in episode 3. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.